out on me earlier. That's why I went poof and I took the opportunity to eat and switch out my laundry load and all that happy bull poopy. Because I didn't think that it would be good to do on the video. I have switched to using only brush pens on this. So, and this video isn't going to be super long because I don't think my phone battery is going to be long for the world. That's my watch going off. It's stupid. And I'm just using the purple one. And that's the cool thing about the brush pens. So you can put a little pigment on the paper and then drag it. Yeah, earlier, like, everything crashed out and stuff. I don't know what happened there, but like, all my connection to everything went down. Connection on the Xbox went down. The Chromebook, it all went down. But it was pouring the rain up here too, so that was probably had a major play in it. And I'm running on satellite internet. Even though it's one of the best in our area and I have unlimited packaging, it's not without, it has hiccups sometimes, especially in rain, because it blocks the satellite signal. Makes it get a little hateful. For the most part, though, it's not bad service. Better than what I used to have, which was Frontier Internet, which made me foam and froth at the mouth. Oh my God. It got to the point that the technicians and everything quit taking my calls because I was that obnoxious customer. But they brought it on themselves by being nasty clients. So. But as you can see, I'm sitting here just building some tones and shapes up onto his nose. I do not claim to be great with watercolors or watercolor brush pens. I just play with stuff. So if you ask me for tips and tricks on how to do this technique or that technique, I'm not your person you ask that, because I don't work with the medium enough to know anything about it, really. I just know what works and what don't. I know doing this with one hand kind of is crappy. This character is ironically black. Imagine that. There's a lot of characters that are black, and I think the black and the gray in this set's about played out. But that's okay, because I got regular watercolors for those pigments. And plus you can use other pigments to build darker colors too. Purple's one of those dark color pigments. That way it has some kind of highlighting. And these brush pens are good about outlining and stuff, but you just have to watch about getting them wet because they are water based. Because they're watercolors, basically. So. And I do apologize for earlier when it blocked out, but like I said, I can't when the internet fritzes. And I know a lot of y'all was watching. I probably shouldn't put that up against my hoodie because it's white. I don't want to ruin it. It's my new one. But yeah, I wasn't being rude and cutting off because I didn't want to broadcast no more. But it just, my internet was having complications in life. But it kind of worked out pretty good because I had to switch out the load of laundry and um, like I said, I went ahead and grabbed a bite to eat so my stomach would stop growling and making all kinds of racket. So it didn't miss much. I just set this dude in the floor while I did all that and coming back. You see I use some of the purple for the inside of the mouth. That way I can build up some tones and stuff. Because when you are doing black animals or white animals even, there's a lot of tones and pigments in that fur. It's not just straight pitch ass black. Some fur has a blue sheen to it, some fur has a purple sheen, some has a brown undertones to the black. I mean, you just really have to study your subject because black fur is like white fur. There's different variations and colorations of white fur. When you got the snow white fur, it's not 100% snow white. I mean, there's like pigments of like pale blues, purples, and different things that are run through that fur to make it look like that. So it's never as it appears to be. It pays to know your subjects, which is what I always say, know your subject. And the only way to learn and get good at something is practice, practice, practice. It doesn't matter if your anatomy's off or if the fur shades are off a little bit. If you keep at it long enough, you'll get it. Some things don't come overnight. Sometimes you have to work for things that you want. That's just where you make it a goal. You can also do pictures too where it has such minimal black in it because you can use and build with other colors. It's insane. Now this is a black brush pen that I'm using here now. That movie was very strange. I've been watching scary booger movies. And it's no lie that I like scary movies. I finally got some decent ones on Netflix. Earlier I watched Jason Go to Hell. Or Jason Goes to Hell. Not one of the best Jason movies made, but not bad. They don't have none of the good Jason movies on the freaking Netflix. Have Jason X and Jason Goes to Hell. They used to have Nightmare on Elm Street on here and then they took it off. I don't know why. It's one of my favorites, it and The Howling. And I watched that movie Bird Box that everybody was going absolute batshit over, and I was like, because I knew it was going to be 2 hours of bullshit when I seen the movie on Netflix and then everybody was going gaga over it. I knew it was going to be 2 hours of absolute bullshit. Bullshit. And I was right. It was 2 hours of absolute bullshit that made no sense at all. That movie was 2 hours of nonsense. I'll save you 2 hours and just say it's not worth watching it. If you look at if you take the blindfold off, you go crazy and die and kill yourself. And the people who can run around without blindfolds on are already crazy, enjoying killing other people, and are happy at the invisible creature that you never see through the entire flippin' ass movie. Like, it had elements that where it could have been a really freaking awesome film, but it fell so short. Like, I only watched it because so much hype was around this movie. And I'm just like, well, shit, let's just see what it's about. Can't be that bad. And now when I sit there and I've seen how long it was, I'm like, this is gonna be disappointment. And it basically, that's exactly what it turned out to be, is a disappointment. So, yeah, I wouldn't waste the 2 hours of life watching it. Personally, that's me. I would never have paid to went and watch that movie, because just know it wasn't that great. I didn't personally think, but a lot of other people seem to really like it. That's fine. But it was the biggest 2 hours of my life wasted on that movie, because it was shit. It is not what everybody talks it up to be. Disappointment everywhere. And what I'm doing is I'm building up tones for highlights and stuff. And where my little brush is already dirty, doesn't matter, because it's going to blend in anyways. This is just to build up crap so that it's not entirely stark ass black. Y'all should know how I work by now. Put a little bit of color in there to make it look dynamic. It's just building it. Only this, I have to kind of let it dry a little bit in between layering, so we don't become a mud mixer. I don't even know what scary movie it was I was watching. Obviously, it wasn't a good one, because I didn't really watch it. That's just the thing. Netflix don't put a lot of good streamable movies on there, because they want you to pay and rent and all that, and I ain't gonna. I mean, I get one rental, but I mean, hell, there's no point. I wasn't paying attention to camera angle there. Sorry about it. Kind of got in the zone there for a second. It was like, You gotta keep in mind I'm doing everything one-handed too. So it makes it kind of hard. They got good bright pigments to them though. I made some good strong lemon ginger tea with lots of sugar in it. Because my blood sugar was low, that's why I was shaking so bad earlier. I gotta find something to watch. I can't sit here and just stare at the screen. I mean, well, I could, but you know. Well, apparently, my phone has told me it's done. Sorry about that. I had to put the charge cable on my phone. So you got to see Miss Addie in the floor sleeping. She is a turd. She has been from one end of this house to the other. I'm just gonna find something to put on for background music. I'll say that, and then I'll sit here and be indecisive about what I want to play. And as long as it's not something too stupid, we're good. The Forgotten looks interesting. It's probably gonna suck. I got a DVD with a horror movie on it that I have yet to watch. I'm sorry that you all have been kind of like looking at the floor, looking at the cat, seeing all kinds of views, but there we go. You know how it is with me. It's crazy here. Sometimes I like how these brush pens do stuff, and other times I really don't care for them. It's just how it goes sometimes, I guess. 'Cause I got these things that I've seen. Oh, these are cool. Lots of artists use these things. These are awesome. And when I got them, I was just like, I am not impressed. But they don't do bad if you know what you're doing with them. They're just not my thing, and probably because it's a medium I don't really work with a lot, so. I had wonky camera angles there for a minute. See, that's why I gotta have a better setup, because a lot of times I don't pay attention to my phone, and then I'll look over and be like, well, daggone it, they've been looking at this in the wrong way for half of the drawing. And that's operator error here, because I don't I focus on what I'm trying to show you guys and can't be everywhere. I have the main door open now, so my cave-like house should be getting some pretty decent light. Which I don't keep from having bad dreams at night and getting better sleep. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I've been having some doozy ass nightmares as of late. And everything I'm dreaming about's so realistic. It's like it's really happening, so it's hard to differentiate if it's a dream or if it's reality. It's no lie. I've always had sleep problems and bad dreams my whole life. It's not something that's going to change just because I'm older in age. It's just the way it is. It's just sometimes I'll be so damn tired and I can't go to bed. Right now I have a sinus headache. It just won't go away. My sinuses and everything's like freaking killing me. I feel like I have cotton and gauze shoved up in my nostrils and packs of Tide. It hurts. I'm miserable. Yes, I have allergy medicine. Yes, I take it every day. No, it doesn't help me much. Let's take the little black brush pen. Be very, 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 very lenient with this guy because it is very strong pigment. All of these things are strong pigment. Probably work some on this and then take a break and read some on my one of many Stephen King novels I'm reading at the moment, Desperation. I actually am liking the book better than I did the movie, and yes, I have seen the movie version of it. Book and the movie, they run pretty similar. Bristol's getting pretty saturated there. I'm probably going to have to let it dry. It's starting to get ripply effect on me there. I get a lot of people who want me to teach them how to draw. I can't teach you how to draw. I'm not an art teacher. I can show you techniques that I use, but as far as being a, like an art teacher or anything like Blaise and Kessler and stuff, I'm not. Like, they actually have books and have tutorials, and they've dedicated lots of time and hours to put stuff together to help people learn to draw, and courses to teach them things, whereas I simply don't have the means to sit down and do all that stuff, which I probably do, but I'm not big enough in the art world anymore to be considered anybody, so not anymore. I was at one time maybe, but those days are long gone, I guess. I just don't have the resources up and stuff like that to help people learn a trade or learn things, because I don't have any books art help books published. I don't have any, like my YouTube channel here is not very professional because I don't have a good setup, and that's one reason why it's not very professional yet, and that's one reason why I don't have videos by scheduling, you know, every week like most do and stuff. They're just whenever I feel like popping on here and doing videos, I do them and stuff because I don't have time to get on and do them all the time. And I don't have a good setup, and people don't really like to sit and watch videos if the setup isn't very good and the cameras are always wonky and frailing around like mine tend to do. And until I have a better setup, I'm just not even going to touch on trying to be any kind of a instructor of any kind or anything like that. It's just right now you get to watch me create stuff and listen to some stories and just chill out and hang out with me. Like I said, later on it will probably become more when my setup's better and I'm able to do schedules and stuff like that for videos and edit them better and make them more presentable for the public. But until then, it's just something I do to have fun with. As you see, it's a repeat process. I'll just keep building, let that dry, keep building and let that dry, keep building and I'll let that dry. It's a lot of repetitive process. Look into my eyes. Okay, I'm done messing with you all. I'm a bored house wolf. Nobody's talking to me today on Messenger. My best friend, she's probably still in bed. Love her heart. She needs to come over and get her goodies off of me. Out of my Jep. Out of Mr. Dusty. She used to bring the little munchkins over here all the time. Miss the kids. I miss my little tiny Foxy. Our jobs work us to death. We don't hardly get to see each other much. Daggone it, I'm going to have to go to the bathroom. All I do is pee. It's because I drink so much freaking water. Right now I'm drinking tea, and that right there is guaranteed to run you to the potty. I am so random. I like being random, though. I don't think this Bristol paper is going to take much more layering. I hear like it's like hooved up bad. Like Bristol paper takes watercolor stuff pretty good, but it hooves up over time. You get this rippling effect. Yay for bad camera angles. Whee! I'm just grabbing that already dry pigment, spreading it around, blending out the edges there a little bit. But you can see it's already taken on the black look. And all you have to do is just play with different tints and hues, and it does that automatically. We've been online almost 30 minutes. Time flies when you're having fun, huh? Hey. A lot of times though when I get on here I forget to art and I'll just sit here and stare blankly at the screen and talk and just not draw and be productive. And then I remember, oh shit, you gotta talk and do art. My first few videos were freaking notorious for it. A lot of my original videos I started out doing was on Facebook, and they're no more because that account they had those videos on there got deleted, which sucks because they were such funny commentary. Like, my commentary is so just, I don't know, random. So random. And it really is. It's just so random and so out there. I do have a gel pen, so never fear. Anything that should have white, I will go and add stark white later. It's no big deal. This piece, when it's done, will go join the hundreds in my portfolio upstairs. And some of my art that's upstairs needs to find new homes. So if you are interested in a P. Lady Wolf original, poke at me. Because I have a lot of artwork, and I'm not going to be able to keep all of it, and I don't want to throw my fruits of my labor away. Which I wouldn't anyway, but you know. Would just be easier if some of it could just find another home to go to. With somebody or to somebody who's going to display it and love it. I have a lot of acrylic paintings that are on stretched canvas that are absolutely beautiful that need homes. They're a little weird and twisted and out there because it's me, but they do need homes. And I have some, it's on Bristol paper and sketch paper and stuff like this that need homes too. None of my sketchbooks are going anywhere. Nice try. To get a sketchbook full of original artwork, and I do mean original artwork, because my sketchbooks aren't like most artists' sketchbooks where they sit there and do little ideas and concept. Mine are actually full pieces throughout, and almost every one of them are in full color. And pieces that I worked hard on to make into a mini masterpiece or what have you. And so yeah, those would actually cost quite a bit, considering that some of the sketchbooks, you know, have like 60 pages in them and stuff like that. So, but none of my sketchbooks are for sale. And not all the original art upstairs is for sale either, but there are select ones that I will let go to a good home. If interested, you can always contact me. If it's stretched canvas, I'll tell you right now it's going to be pricey, a little pricey. I have, and they're not small paintings either. They're not like on 11 by 14 or nothing like that. They're not even on 12 by 16. Or 16 by 20s. I think one of them's like 24 by 30 or something like that. I mean, they're pretty good sized canvases, and they're stretched canvas. Those I will not ship in. I will not ship any stretched canvas art internationally because I have to remove the staples out of the canvas and take it off the frame so that it can be shipped in a tube so it doesn't get damaged. And I'm not going to do that. So I do and will not ship my stretched canvas paintings internationally unless you want to pay extra to have it shipped properly while still on the frame, because that's the only way I'll do it. And I know that international mail carrying, they beat the ever living hell out of stuff. And sometimes they lose shit too, so I've only ever had them lose one item I shipped over there. But I've had a bunch of it get there damaged because they have no respect for what people order. That's the mail in general. FedEx. Yeah, you like how I just point out FedEx on that, just not even caring. I hate FedEx. And the reason I hate FedEx is because the last item I had purchased off of eBay a while back came to me damaged. And I was able to fix it, but that's beside the point. And I have always had issues with FedEx being ignorant with their shipping and packaging and everything. And yeah, I don't like FedEx. I don't have a problem with the UPS though, but FedEx, my God, they're terrible. Well, people, I think I'm going to end this video here because I think I've rambled and goofed off with y'all enough today. And besides, I'm going to have to let this dry a little bit because we're starting to get some rippage here really bad. So that's what I've got so far. And all this is going to be is a repeat process of what I've been showing you here on the face. I will do that throughout. I will try to get back on here when I've got more of it done, when I go in with the highlights and stuff like that, and do the highlighting with the gel pen and stuff like that. But I just want to get the wolf based in before I go back and start adding details to the fur and really making things pop. And I'll try to remember. I will try to remember. Here's the key word: try to remember to do a video when I go back to detail. I can't even talk. When I go back in on this to do the details after I've got all these colors worked up in the basic fur details and stuff, I'll try to remember to get back on here and show you guys how to kind of make some of these details pop. There's the words I'm shitty with words. Like, I know what I want to say and then it won't come out of my mouth the way I hear it in my head. So yeah, whatever. There's progress on the tiny woofy. So thank you for everybody who joined me. And you guys have a good day. I may jump back on here later, who knows, or tomorrow. Who knows. See you then.